Alright, so big news for the unemployed. Apparently, short selling is getting cucked again. So there's this dude named Andrew Left who's the founder of Citron Research, and he's a famous activist short seller targeting companies he thinks are overvalued or fraudulent, like Valiant, GameStop, American Airlines, Nvidia. Just companies that probably should be shorted because they fucking suck. Fuck you, American Airlines. United's so much better. Anyways, his basic playbook is just to investigate companies and then use his standing in like the market to publish a report. The report is usually pretty spicy, pretty, out there, and it moves the market. He blasts his report all over social media, all over normal media, all over TV even. He goes on like those news channels and talks about his report. And the problem with that is that a lot of the time his reports are very market swing, let's just say that. And he profits if the stock drops. And he's now facing a criminal trial that could mean up to 25 years in prison if convicted. And it probably is going to set the tone for all activist short sellers going forward. So the law at issue here is Section 10B of the Securities Exchange Act, which is deliberately broad. It's very broad because it's an anti-fraud rule used in lots of securities cases. And the government theory here is a little weird. It's not illegal to short a stock and share your opinion, which fundamentally that's what he's doing, right? It becomes a problem though if you knowingly mislead investors about your own position or facts to move the market. So the question here is like, at what point does someone saying like, I think this stock sucks or I think this stock is amazing become illegal market manipulation? Because like when my roommate tells me, fucking, this stock, United Healthcare, is so good, it's like freaking Warren Buffett would buy this shit. Like, is that market manipulation because he's telling me to buy that stock? The government would think it is if, for example, he had a position in United Healthcare, but was trying to tell me in a way that he didn't have a position. Yeah, I know, it's super confusing. So the main case here that the government cites is that Left, this guy, the short selling guy, short selling media guy, he opens a short position in Roku, which is honestly fucking genius because Roku is the laggiest shit ever. Fucking even Amazon TV is better. But anyways, he opens a short position in Roku and he posts on Citron's Twitter calling Roku uninvestable. And let's take this back for a second. If I call something uninvestable, that probably is going to mean that I did not invest or I did not put money into it, right? By saying Roku is uninvestable, he's implying that he's just watching from the side. I feel like that's a pretty normal assumption. And so when the stock drops, the prosecutors here, they allege that he made around hundreds of thousands that day while actually being positioned to profit from the decline. And remember what we said before? You can't say that it's uninvestable, or you can't say anything about it if you have a position in the stock. So that's where luck is getting fucked here, I guess. Like another similar thing would be like with American Airlines saying, I think this goes down. Like he literally said, I think this goes down publicly while quickly trading around a position, like in ways that I guess us retail investors, as normal people, we don't see that, right? So I guess the main question here, other than the government having grounds to sue this dude, is this fundamentally different from any influencer, from my roommate fucking shilling random ass stocks to me or dunking on random assets they hold? Because I don't really think it is. And I feel like maybe that law is just a little wrong, but I guess that's not the judge's job to interpret if it's right or wrong, right? It's just to interpret if he's breaking the law or not. So, in the long run, this entire situation has really messed up short sellers, I think, because historically, 90s, 2000s, these short sellers, when they were a new thing on the market, they were basically seen as, pirates, like, but in a good way. They were there to expose fraud in like Enron, Wirecard. They were basically the warning signs before 2008, where these short sellers who saw these companies in the market that were doing really good and then told everyone, guys, it's not doing as good as you think, right? But then the big short happened in 2008, and that made them look like villains, basically, because who wants to be the guy profiting from half the country being unemployed and losing their homes, right? And then, when's the last time we saw huge short sellers around the world? The GameStop meme stock craze in 2021 to 2022, where they made short sellers again in the limelight and again as public villains, where Reddit retail traders, like I was on there as Wall Street Bets, saw them as suits betting against the little guy. Fucking me, I should have bought into GME at fucking whatever it was, 150. I saw it there, I didn't buy it, but short sellers, fuck the short sellers, because they bet against me and squeezed me when I was just trying to get Jimmy down to 1,000, So I guess the question here is, left talks about starting short selling as anti-establishment, but at this point, are the short sellers the establishment? Is that crazy to say?